the secret that yoga offers for youth and for remaining healthy and looking young and glowing are the inversions, the shoulder stand and the headstand. But those are very difficult for a lot of people. So here you have an alternative in just 7 poses in which we're going to separate the operation so that we invert the top part of the body first, always breathing deeply and with care. And then at the end we're going to invert the lower part of the body or the legs. And somehow this will help us get slightly a similar effect, because as we invert the top part, all the lymphatic system will be in the right direction to drain all the waste that it needs to. And then when we invert the legs, the same thing will happen for them. So I hope you stay young, youthful, glowing, and that you enjoy this short practice with me. Thanks for watching. We're going to start this sequence in a simple 4-legged position. So the hands are aligned with the shoulders, the legs are about hip distance apart, and I'm in a table, simple table position. There is no tension in the face, neck, it's all relaxed. And we're going to go into a cat and cow pose. So cat is when we stretch, arch and inhale, exhale, curve the back, stomach slightly in. Inhale, arch, exhale, curve. Inhale, arch, exhale, curve. Now come back to neutral, and from here we're going to make our way into downward dog. And the reason we're doing the 3 poses is for a little bit of a warm-up before we do the inversions for the lower part of the body and inversions for the upper part of the body. So walk the dog here. Make sure that the root of the index finger is into the mat. Your wrists are aligned with the front edge of the mat. Shoulders away from the ear. We're walking the dog with deep, long breaths. The stomach slightly in. Tailbone aims towards the ceiling while the heels of the feet aim towards the floor. No tension in the face. Quadriceps engage when you stop walking the dog, and deep inhale and deep exhale. Good. So the inversion is what helps the body stay young. So since we can't do just yet headstand or shoulder stand if we're doing a beginner class, then the first forward bend is this, and what we're inverting is the top part of the body. So come to this standing forward bend, the feet are hip distance apart, and the knees are slightly bent. If you can keep them straight and engage the quadriceps, that's great, but if you can't, just bend them. And then grab the elbows and breathe here. Stomach in. And think about what's happening. The top part of your body is inverted. That means the lymphatic system is getting help in functioning, because this is the direction in which it works. And the straighter you can get, then all the organs within the stomach get a chance to use gravity to return towards their original position. So this not only strengthens the legs, but also gives you all the benefits of an upper body inversion. And that is a beginning. So deep breathing here, deep inhale, slow, deep inhale. That is one of the things that took me the longest time to understand in yoga. It needs to go with a deep and slow inhale, deep and slow exhale. Good. Now let the hands go. And we're going to do now some Prasarita Padottanasana poses. Prasarita Padottanasana is my favorite pose. You're going to go from standing, leading with the chest, stomach slightly in, legs engaged, until where you can go and put the tip of the fingers on the floor. Always leading with the chest, always stomach in, and relax face, relax neck. Inhale, and what we're going to attempt is again to invert the upper part of the body. So you may need to bend the knees a little bit, that's perfectly fine. Put the palms on the floor and still try to be leading with the chest as you go forward. And inhale, exhale. This is where all the upper portion of the body, all the internal organs, have an opportunity to return to their original position. So you inhale here and exhale slowly. You can put a block underneath your head so you can feel the head touch something that's useful. If you need to bend the knees, do that, but try to get the back as straight as possible. Think of it as leading with the chest going towards the floor. And inhale and exhale. Over time, the pose will get easier and you will not want to leave it. It will be so relieving and relaxing. Engage the quadriceps. The tailbone tries to go towards the ceiling even if your knees are bent. Inhale and exhale here on Prasarita A. Then inhale and come up again to the tip of your fingers. And we'll do another version of Prasarita, which is Prasarita D, in which you grab the toes and you try not to use the fingers as a crutch, but rather lift those fingers. So you make sure that the legs are engaged, quadriceps are engaged. And inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bend forward. No tension in the neck. If you ever feel tension or if you're ever in pain, take child pose and rest. Inhale, lengthen, exhale. Try to move forward, leading with the chest. Bend the knees if you have to. Again, this is not a competition. The pleasure is in the journey of going slowly and getting into your body and see what you're feeling. How much can you breathe as the organs are rejuvenating? Stomach slightly in. Good. One more breath. And then again, come into the tip of your fingers and slowly bring the legs together until they're about hip distance apart. And from here, bend the knees and come all the way up, vertebra by vertebra. We've been inverting, so you have to come up really, really slow. The head is the last thing that's going to come up. And on a big inhale, lift the head so that you don't get dizzy. And one cleansing breath here. Okay, now from standing with the feet hip distance apart, the legs are very rooted onto the ground, the quadriceps are engaged, stomach slightly in. We inhale and move the chest forward and up, that's what we're thinking. We put the palms behind the back to stretch the front of the body. And we hang here breathing. And we do this because we've done a lot of forward bending, and in yoga always need to have a counter pose. So breathe here. And inhale to come up. Good. Now we're going to go again onto a forward bend. You'll feel the back working here. And grab your elbows and stay in a forward bend. Again, releasing the top part of the body, having it inverted as it is right now. The key is to breathe very, very deeply and slowly. Visualize all of the lymphatic system eliminating all the things it doesn't need anymore, and you helping it by inverting the top part of the body. Good. Now I'm going to simply come into a seated position very slowly and then lay down. Now you can lay down right next to a wall if you want, that's okay. what we're going to attempt to do now is invert the legs. So I'm going to bring my legs up, sort of at a 90-degree angle, and leave them here so that the drainage of the lymphatic system can also happen from the legs, so it's not just the top of the body. You can have a wall here behind you so that you rest the legs against the wall, that's fine. But the key here is to relax and stay as long as you can, don't overdo it. If you can do it for a minute or two, you will start to feel that the legs may shake a tiny bit, and that means it's working. All of the legs are draining down through the lymphatic system things that they no longer need. And so we're separately inverting the top of the body and now inverting the lower part of the body, the legs. Deep inhale and deep exhale. I feel the shaking already. Deep inhale, deep exhale. When you've been doing this for a while, you can feel free to watch my videos on how to learn slowly the shoulder stand and the headstand that are incredibly powerful inversions, as long as you do them breathing very deeply. Good. Now bring the knees to the chest and then let them relax in Savasana. It is likely you'll be able to relax much better after these exercises because of all the releasing that happens in them. So give yourself the time and space to breathe and to relax.